you. Christa Gilstrap. And then we'll go virtual to Tiffany Baker and then Tara Cole.
Hello there. So I'm so excited that we were able to get 5A passed for our amazing teachers and staff, but I have to give glory to God because he weaved together the perfect campaign, bringing all the right people at all the right time. We saw the whole community come together to make sure 5A passed. Looking at how other ballot measured fared, we were a major outlier. There were 12 school funding issues statewide and only 4 passed. Ours was the largest MLO and the biggest district. When you consider the economic conditions and the fact that the opposition tried to link us to HH, which failed epically both here in Douglas County and statewide, 5A should have failed, but it didn't, and I couldn't be happier. Now, there is a lot of information swirling around about how we got here, and I'd like to set the record straight. We would not be here without the work of 6 people, and those people are President Peterson, Director Williams, Director Weiniger, Director Myers, Superintendent Kane, and Andy Jones. We would not have a campaign without them. These 6 people went into the most anti-tax rooms and educated people on the needs of how school funding works. They turned staunch anti-tax conservatives into proponents of these issues. They had all the mayors and city councils endorse us. They got Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development councils on board. They got prominent business leaders to support, and they connected this campaign with the necessary donors to get the message to the people. They were canvassing, going to honk and waves, doing media blitzes, and anything else I needed from them for the past 2 years. They took all the flaming arrows and knives to the back from people they thought were friends, but their support for funding never wavered. It would have been so easy for them to abandon this cause, but they stood firm because they knew this was the right thing to do for our teachers and staff and ultimately our students. So I hope you will all reach out to them and thank you for this amazing victory. One other thing we saw during this election was the return of the reformers. They have taken over the DCGOP and they made it their mission to defeat funding. They passed a resolution against it before funding was even on the ballot. I believe they thought this would bully this board into not placing it on the ballot, but that was their first failure. So they decided to run a board candidate whose only position was against funding, and he came in dead last, another failure. So not only did 5A pass, but we saw that this county has zero interest in returning to the days of the reformers, and I hope once and for all proved that someone can be conservative without being a reformer. We have a district full of conservatives who support quality public education. Now, sadly, 5A didn't quite make it up the hill, but we knew the bond was a greater lift, and we brought the bond from 36% polling a year and a half ago to 48% in the middle of an economic crisis. The bond will pass, it's just a matter of when, and that's for a conversation for y'all to have. Overall, the future of this district is so bright, and we have so much to celebrate. We saw a very divided community come together to do what's right for our kids, and I hope to see that continue. I don't want to see people retreat into their corners, into their echo chambers of rhetoric and political posturing. I want to see the people who care about this district continue to engage with one another and have the hard conversations that need to happen because our kids deserve that. I will stay engaged and I hope others will too. Thank you.